You young whippersnappers need to go out and vote and participate in politics. It's important. Otherwise, if something like Brexit happens, well, I guess Britain learned their lesson. Inglando. Okay, it's a very close vote, but Control Mage will take it here. Let me import it first before doing my spiel. I've already imported it. Good job, me. So, Control Mage. When Faceless Summoner came out, I was like, huh, maybe that's enough to boost Control Mage. When Kabbalah's Tome came out, I was like, huh, maybe in a slow Control Mage deck that might work. When Firelands Portal came out week 1, I was like, I want to get a few more Control Mage cards to be in this deck before playing it. And finally, we've got the Arcane Giant with all these cards, so maybe this is the time to get the value with all the cards. This deck is very arena style, so the idea is to use really efficient cards to gain value and then win the game. Where this deck might not work is maybe aggro runs it over. I wouldn't know without testing it. Let's try it out. There's so much value here between like it's basically every single awesome arena card in a deck. Yeah, that's basically this deck. And synergy because of Arcane Giant. So we'll see how it goes. Let's see, initial comments seem to be, this isn't control, this is greed mage. They're basically the same thing. One could say that the goal of all control decks is to be as greedy as possible without dying. It's like the Price is Right, where you have to bid as close to the greed without going over, otherwise you fall off a cliff. This is not a great first hand for this deck. It's kind of nice. I mean, this deck doesn't actually have that many. By the way, for those of you who watched Shadowverse, this is kind of like a Runecraft deck. The Arcane Giant is basically that that card from Shadowcraft, or from Runecraft from Shadowverse, which costs 1 less per spell you cast, and then it's like all spells. Anyways, wow, I drew all the late game.
I wonder.
Maybe fireballing that 3/3 was correct. So that I could go with Ethereal Conjure next. Yeah, this too of not fireballing the 3/3 is agreed. Yeah, I agree. I should have fireballed it.
What to do?
Huh. Am I about to die a horrible death? Hmm. So if there's Savage Roar, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 plus 16 is 25. Plus 4 from like a random card. 3 Conjure.
You want it? I got it.
Hmm.
Runs out on me. I wonder.
Behold the rage of the Firelands.
Uh-oh. Okay. Still uh-oh. It's a pretty good turn.
Unnatural.
Whoops.
I don't think he has 9 damage next turn. Off of a board of nothing. The Giants are starting to come down in price. I think I might just sneak through a win here somehow. Maybe. It's way too early to celebrate. Yogg?
Who did
Cenarius. I just actually realized my hand still sucks. So never mind about winning. How is my hand this bad? How's my deck this bad? Despair? I'm sure I'll find something useful. Yeah? Hail Mary. I thought I had more space than that.
Runs out on me.
Pay attention, class.
I am ready to learn.
Man, this deck might have too heavy of cards. Maybe. More science is required, though.
You win this.
Well played.
Even some early game cards I can put in here. I can put in all the Tempo Mage cards, I guess, but then I don't get all the value cards.
Jane versus Thrall! For Doomhammer.
You asked for it.
Flag rule!
Deck seems to be missing 2s and 3s. Or maybe I'm just getting unlucky. But probably not. Should I kill that? I think I will.
Did you bring some fish?
Yeah, I probably need to cut a Firelands portal. I don't want to. There's so much value. And that's not it, like, that's not all. I'm pretty well aware that at this point it appears that I'm going to need to make some serious adjustments of the deck downwards in terms of curve. But science first. The Azure Drake and the Ethereal Conjure are both heavier than they look because they are like total 5 plus the thing they get. So when I looked at the curve at the first time, I was probably like, huh, oh, Shifter's Eris. Nice. I appreciate that. I like this science. He's good science. Yes. This is the situation the deck wants to get into, though. To get into the late game, not... Get into the late game even, is the goal of this deck. It's not often going to do that. So that would be the goal. I mean, this is like a... This feels like an arena game, which is really good for this deck. Just gotta get the Flame Strike. Throwing Torch. Blizzard. Throwing Torch, Fire Blast. Ethereal Conjure.
What to do? What to do?
I think Blizzard Fire Blast is okay. Yeah. I don't trade the other one. I'll Fire Blast the other thing. I suppose, for purposes of greed, I should not Fire Blast. Oh, not to mention I can't. Got so much value. Not yet.
You want it? I got it.
When I'm clicking this button, it shouldn't like toggle the bottom left sound. Random thought that I just had. How has this not been complained about earlier? Anyways, Flame Lance, sweet. So basically that was super big North Sea Kraken. So currently, I've cast 7 spells, which means Arcane Giant will only cost 5. Is that even that good? I actually somehow ran out of cards, which is incredible, considering the heavy cost of this deck in terms of mana. I'll give him a chance, shall I?
Hello.
Go! I have trust in my Yogg. Didn't even need to hit face first. Oh!
Someone's out on me.
Somehow Mark of Yasharaj the Beast. On the board with no beast. That's incredible. Oh, actually, there was a beast. So that deck definitely has a lot of control value, but the question is, what early game cards can I put in here so I don't die as much? I should possibly take a note from Tempo Mage. The Tempo Mage would add in 2 Mana Worm, 2 Cult Sorcerer, 2 Arcane Missile, 2 Sorcerer's Apprentice, 2 Flame Waker, and another Forgotten Torch, and that's like 11 cards. So I'd have to replace 11 cards in this deck. That's 1. Guess that's 2? 3? 3? 3? I refuse, basically. So onwards. More science and I'll start figuring things out. I do also think this deck will work better as a Reno deck, which means I need to get the... this deck will be a lot better once week 4 of the adventure rolls around. Hey, nice. 1, 2, 3. I think against a slow Yogg Paladin, I have the advantage.
Reporting for duty.
But I'm not entirely sure since this deck doesn't have as great synergy as N'Zoth.
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here.
Oh, that's not... it's not a control deck. You lied to me.
What to do?
And yeah, as far as fast decks go, that's not that fast. I probably should not have a Forgotten Torch in this deck either, since that's a slow card, kind of. 3 mana, deal 3. But it is 2 spells for Arcane Giant. Eventually.
Dancing master.
So much value in this hand. So much blue. Deck's mainly mage cards.
We hunger for vengeance.
This deck is actually a Reno deck. Now here's the terrifying thing. This deck is so slow that the Reno deck is feeling fast.
You're in trouble now.
That might be a sign that I need to make some changes to the deck. I think Arcane Giant is actually pretty bad in this deck. Since by the time your Arcane Giant costs a low amount, you've probably already won. Or you're dead.
Tonight, a tale of long lost worlds.
You like to play with fire?
Well, the good news is for those of you who wanted Arena, I basically have an Arena deck. Oh my gosh, this Reno deck. Oh no, it's got 2 rallying blink. So much value, but so little time to use it all. I'm thinking about fire blasting this, but I need to use cards faster? So I guess I'll just frostbolt. Yeah, way too greedy to do it the other way around, probably.
Let me think. The light purges.
Another disturbing thing is this is a control mage and I somehow didn't find room for 1 polymorph. Things that disturb me. I do have 2 ethereal conjures. I'll always get polymorph, right? Okay, got my 4 mana 8/8. But I have to make sure not to lose too many things to quality.
I wonder. For this.
Oh, this is in his off deck. Maybe it's just the Barnes deck. Wait, secret? Did think it was gonna be that. I did think it was gonna be that one. So I think I want Arcane Explosion. Wait, this will have a greater chance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so this time we'll get. Yeah.
Someone's out on me.
Despair. I got beat down by a rock. I got beat. What is this? What is he even doing? I cannot grasp the genius of his deck. It seems like it tried to abuse Barnes as much as possible with like Divine Shield cards and Death Rattle cards and Ragnar Slightlord. It was so slow, but my deck was even slower.